Yeah, because with the materialistic mind, what we feel is that, what we want, we must see which Devi and Devata to be approached for that matter only. Hare Krishna, Sindhu Mataji, how are you?
Hare Krishna, good Mataji, thank you.
Hari Bol. Giridhari Prabhu, can you put a message in the group that the speaker is waiting so everybody can join?
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you so much. Sara Mataji or Sindhu Mataji, anybody would like to lead with the kirtan or bhajan for just 2-3 minutes so that at least 10 to 12 of them can join? Sara Mataji or Sindhu Mataji? Anyone?
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I leave now?
Yes, Sindhu Mataji, go ahead, please. Yeah, and the moment you see 10 to 12 devotees, you can stop. Yeah, we can. Okay, who has joined with by their laptop? Okay, no problem. So, yes, Mataji, Sindhu Mataji, please go ahead.
Mataji, I think Sara Mataji, Saraswati Mataji told us. I will do Mataji.
Yes. Is it? Sara Mataji, did you opt to do the kirtan? Sara Mataji? No, Mataji, you
Okay,
can.
fine. I'll be Jayarada Madhav Mataji or I'll be Namo Vishnu Padaya.
Yeah, you can start with the Jayarada Madhav and then with Mahamantra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Rajajanandana Yashodanandana Rajajanandana Yamuna Tira Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hari Lila, Priya Mataji. I think there is some issue with my internet. Anyone who is joining with their laptop? Anyone?
Should I begin with
We
the
need
prayers,
help.
Mataji?
Yeah, I just wanted to sort out this problem for you because somebody
Yeah.
needs to share and my internet is not stable.
Okay.
Anybody who can help us to share the shloka screen? Saraswati Mataji, Sindhu Mataji, Chitra Mataji. Girdhari Gopi Prabhu, Gopal Prabhu.
Mataji, I'm on my mobile, Mataji. Can I do it from my mobile, Mataji?
You will not be able to share the screen, na Prabhu, because Mataji
Yes,
needs
no,
sharing of the screen.
the latest Zoom.
Sindhu Mataji, you can do? Sindhu Mataji, you can do?
I'm also having mobile, Mataji.
Oh, anybody
I think
logging with the laptop? Anybody? Okay,
It's
Mataji,
okay. In the meantime,
what you can
I
do
will
is-
be reading the shlokas. I will read the translations as well, if you so
Yeah,
allow.
I will share the screen. In case anything, then you can carry on. Yeah, you make me co-host because the net went and I could not. Make me co-host, Mataji. Hari Lila Mataji, make me co-host.
I really don't know all that, but
Only I am in a class. Satsang ho raha hai.
settings. I have to see in the settings.
I cannot talk to you. I cannot talk to you now. I'm in a satsang, please. Yeah.
I'll just start with the prayers since
Sorry.
the time is.
Okay.
I'll just.
Okay.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yatripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome everybody for this Thursday session of Srimad Bhagavatam. We're beginning from the verses, we're continuing rather from the verse, Canto 6, chapter number 19, verse 8, which is there displayed on the screen. This is 1:8:35, which is wrongly displayed. Today we are doing 6:19:8. The verse is not correctly displayed. So anyways, I will be reading that verse 6:19:8.
Mataji, I have set the screen. You are not able to see?
No, I'm not able to see. I was seeing the wrong verse actually, Mataji.
1 second.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah, this is correct. Yes,
Okay.
yes. So I will be reading this verse quickly. One of you, I would request to read the translations. Havi shesham jaha juhuyad anale dvadashashhuti Om Namo Bhagavate Mahapurushaya Mahavibhuti Pataye Swaheti. Kindly read the translations, one of you.
Reflection stroke 90 centimeters.
Hare Krishna Mataji, may I?
Yes, please, Prabhuji. Kindly read the translation.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Translation by A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Shikadeva Goswami continued, after worshiping the Lord with all the paraphernalia mentioned above, one should chant the following mantra while offering 12 oblations of ghee on the sacred fire. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahapurushaya Mahavibhuti Pataye Swaha. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So there is no purport to this verse, but just a briefing I would like to say for this shloka. And then we will move on to the next verse. And I will connect the verse number 8 with verse number 10. We will see. So currently what we can see is a homa. A yagya is being performed. And the translation mentions that one should chant the following mantra while offering 12 oblations of ghee on the sacred fire. So the sacred homa, the yajna, is being performed. The sacred fire is, yajna means what? A sacred fire is kindled, oblations of ghee and the herbs is made, and then the Vedic mantras are chanted. This is the process given in the Vedas of performing the yagyas. So ideally, in simple language, what we can understand is a yajna is normally performed. When a yajna is performed by the performer in a proper, authentic manner, you actually invoke the mercy, and even the devatas, and they are present. You invoke their presence, and as a result of chanting of the mantras, there is peace, there is prosperity, there is mental calmness. The environment is sanctified, the foodstuffs are sanctified, and most important, the consciousness is also purified. So gradually you are elevated towards the spiritual path. So ideally it is a karma kanda process, but it will elevate one. So this we will see, it's basically a ritual. But when we connect with the verse number 10, we will see how a ritual can be made to spiritual, like how we add devotion part aspect to it and make the ritual into spiritual, right? Something that is a spiritual. So as of now, we can see Diti has been asked by her husband a very elaborate process, which we have been seeing from several days. And now they are doing this yagya also. And we go further. But for Kali Yuga, what yagya is? Sankirtana yagya.
Chanting.
For Kali Yuga, that is the process recommended, Sankirtan yagya. So instead of all this elaborate Vedic chants, and because Vishnu is Yajna. Even Lord accepts the whole purpose of that Yajna is for the pleasure of Lord Vishnu. And Lord accepting the offerings through the sacred fire, which is nothing but his mouth. So that we are coming to verse number 10 and seeing it further. Now we will read the verse number 9, 6, 9, 9, 19, 9. Yeah. Any one of you would like to try that verse? One of you,
Mataji, may I try?
Yes, please. Kindly recite.
Shriyam Vishnum Chavaradau Asisam Prabhava Ubau Bhaktya Sampujayan Nityam Yadi Chet Sarva Sampataha. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah. Could you also read the translation, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Translation. If one desires all opulences, his duty is to daily worship Lord Vishnu with his wife Lakshmi. With great devotion, one should worship him according to the above-mentioned process. Lord Vishnu and the goddess of fortune are an immensely powerful combination. They are the bestowers of all benedictions and source of all good fortune. Therefore, the duty of everyone is to worship Lakshmi Narayana. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you. Somebody else could read the purport. There is a purport here, small one.
Hari Bol Mataji. Hari.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, please carry on with the purport.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Lakshmi Narayana, Lord Vishnu and Mother Lakshmi are always situated in everyone's heart. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hrideshe Arjuna Tishtati. However, because non-devotees do not realize that Lord Vishnu stays with his eternal consort Lakshmi within the hearts of all living entities, they are not endowed with the opulence of Lord Vishnu. Unscrupulous men sometimes address a poor man as Daridra Narayana or Poor Narayana. This is most unscientific. Lord Vishnu and Lakshmi are always situated in everyone's heart, but this does not mean that everyone is Narayana, especially not those in poverty. This is a most abominable term to use in connection with Narayana. Narayana never becomes poor, and therefore he can never be called Daridra Narayana. Narayana is certainly situated in everyone's heart, but he is neither poor nor rich. Only unscrupulous persons who do not know the opulence of Narayana try to afflict him with poverty. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Yeah. So in this verse, and also what we heard from the Mataji yesterday, the speaker, she beautifully brought out that how Mother Lakshmi shouldn't be worshipped separate from Narayan, because probably in this time of the year now, just very few days left for Diwali also to come, and we always see people are so keen about doing the prayers to Mother Lakshmi separately, individually. So that is not recommended by our acharyas and by Srila Prabhupada also. And Lakshmi is a very chaste wife. She is a chaste wife for her husband Narayan, and we always find her serving the Lord so very sincerely, so very meticulously. She's always massaging his feet, she's cooking for him, she's fanning him while he's honoring the prasad. Even Brahma Samhita, Brahmaji is mentioning Lakshmi Sahasra Shatasam Brahma Sevyamanam. In the spiritual world, thousands and thousands of Lakshmis are serving the Lord. So this is the position of Mother Lakshmi, Goddess Lakshmi, and but the people, due to lack of knowledge, Hi Krishna, is there some disturbance? I think somebody's mic is open. Kindly close your mic. Thank you. Yeah, so yesterday also Mataji brought it out that we need not approach Mother Lakshmi independently like that and worship her, because that worship is not recommended. We can see the example of Ravana, that how he wanted to enjoy Mother Sita. He didn't want Ram. What happened? A complete devastation happened. And could Ravana even attain Mother Sita? No, he attained only Maya, Chaya Sita. So he was tricked, he was fooled. So this is what Lakshmi ji does. If we try to approach her devoid of Narayana, Lakshmi is chanchala. She will just trick you, and you will be, it's not recommended in any way to worship Mother Lakshmi like this. She should be worshipped with Narayan. And wherever there is Narayan, Mother Lakshmi is bound to be there. Her blessings are there. And here also Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport, the combination of Lakshmi Narayan is very powerful. If one is seeking for prosperity, he need to worship Lakshmi Narayan combined together. We even see in Gopi Gita, the very first verse, Jayati Dikam Janmana Vraja Sharat Indira Shashvadatrahi. Wherever, Lord, when you appear in the Vraja, Indra is another name of Lakshmi ji. She is also permanently residing from that time in Vraja. So we can see wherever there is Narayan, Lakshmi ji is bound to be there as she is a chaste wife. So this is, and further in this purport, Srila Prabhupada is refuting the concept of Daridra Narayan. So Prabhupada even writes unscrupulous men, those who are non-devotees, who have no knowledge, complete knowledge of the scriptures. So what do? Prabhupada says, if somebody enters a room, he doesn't become room, right? So just because Lakshmi Narayan is seated in our heart, so that person doesn't become Narayan. Prabhupada says, if that is so, the argument that can be given is even the dogs and hogs have Narayan seated in their heart. So do we say dog Narayan, hog Narayan? Do we say like that? So it is a completely wrong concept. In fact, Srila Prabhupada in one of his conversations, he even goes to say that a rich man or a poor man, both are Daridra only, because they are Daridra because knowledge mein Daridra hai. वो poor क्यों है? They are poor in knowledge. Because of the lack of knowledge, they are Daridra. So here people normally want to give charity. Oh, usko charity dena hai is Daridra Narayan. So that concept is only refuted here by Srila Prabhupada, which is absolutely wrong and bogus. So that concept is not to be considered. Narayan, whose consort is Mother Lakshmi, how can you address him? Even this is a wrong definition of the Lord. So it is being refuted by Srila Prabhupada. Now we will go to the 10th verse and we will speak little elaborately on that. And of course, even in this verse, we saw one very important word or one very important thing that we learn here is about the devotion it's mentioned, right? With great devotion, one should worship him. So this line, let us keep it in mind. And now we go to the 10th verse, which is a very important verse. Anybody would like to read this verse? Okay, I'll go ahead. Pranametu dandavad bhumau bhakti prahavena chetasa dashavaram japena mantram tata stotram udirayet. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One should offer obeisances unto the Lord with a mind humbled through devotion. It's very important. With a mind humbled through devotion. While offering dandavats, by falling on the ground like a rod, one should chant the above mantra 10 times. Then one should chant the following prayer. So now, I'm trying to, this doesn't have a purport, but trying to connect it again back with the 8th verse. What is for us to learn in these 3 verses with Srimad Bhagavatam? What are we trying to learn through these verses? In these 3 verses, the 8th verse primarily spoke of the ritual, the yajna. Now the 10th one is speaking completely about the how the dandavat should be offered, and dandavat with mind humbled through devotion. So every action that we are doing, everything can be converted from ritual to devotion. What is devotion basically? When a ritual, in that when you add your feelings, you add your emotions, that becomes devotion, right? So this is what Kashyapa Muni is trying, is very best, that Diti has a change of heart, the malicious attitude that she carries towards Indra. That cleansing has to happen. But सिर्फ rituals करके इतना नहीं होगा. But when the rituals are done with a proper understanding, with a proper mood of devotion unto the Supreme Lord, definitely the transformation will happen. And we will see further, not only Diti, even Indra is transformed. So there is purification happening for both of them. So let us understand in bhakti, whatever acts that we do, how can we be present in that action and try to make it an act of devotion to Supreme Lord. Devotion is something that we do for the pleasure of the Lord. Lord is the center. How can we please him through our simplest of simple action? I will just mention about one incident which just happened in Govardhan Eco Village. I don't know how many of you have been there in Mumbai, Govardhan Eco Village. I visited early this year in the month of January, and the pujari who's taking care of, who's serving Giriraj ji there, he narrated this mercifully to us. This was last year, October 2022. What had happened is there in Govardhan Eco Village, just nearby there are villages. A simple poor woman who comes and brooms there. Just trying to explain that how a simple act of grooming can become devotion also, and how can it please you.
Please mute yourself. The speaker is getting distracted. Sunita Namale.
Thank you.
Sunita
Yeah.
Namale.
Yeah. So we know Krishna attracts the whole of this, everybody, every jiva in this universe. But Krishna is himself attracted by a humility and devotion that we will understand through this verse. So this Pujari ji was explaining to us that this simple woman came, she used to broom there near Giriraj ji. But that one particular night, Giriraj ji appeared in her dream and he told her to string a gunjamala. And this woman is kind of like, she's surprised because she's such a simple woman, village woman, who doesn't even know to string garlands for the Lord, and Lord expected her to make a gunjamala. Anyway, Lord guided her, inspired her from within. She prepared a gunjamala, and very, very hesitatingly, very, not that she wanted some name film or she wanted to in front. I think still the mic is open. Sunita Mataji, I humbly request you to mute your mic. Hare Krishna.
You are host. You can mute her. Sunita Namale. Can you mute yourself, please? I think they forgot, Mataji. You can mute them.
Okay.
Let's
So
go
I
to
will go ahead.
Mataji, you will have an option called mute all. You will have an option, Mataji, since you're host, you will have an option mute all.
Okay. Where is this option available on settings, Mataji?
In the participant list, Mataji, go to the participant list, go to Sunita Nawale and mute her.
Yeah, mute on. Thank you for guiding me. I'm sorry, I'm not too familiar with all these topics.
Oh
But still, the voice is there.
Mataji, can you make me co-host?
I think it stopped now, right? Yeah. Where was I? Yeah. So this Mataji, she strung Gunjamala. Giriraji actually told her, my Gunjamala is broken. Nobody, even the pujari, had not come to know about it. This is the beautiful pastime of the Lord which just happened. And she brought it and she quietly gave it away to one brahmachari, and this brahmachari handed it over to this pujari. Pujari said, who has made all this garland? And pujari went and actually saw the Lord's Gunjamala was broken. So all this divine revelation that happened to this simple old woman, and then they wanted to call her and ask her how all this happened. She was so shy. She just didn't want any, she didn't want to come in forefront. Simple, that is her humility, a simple act of devotion. Maybe she was blooming in such wonderful devotion mood that Lord wanted to appear to her and wanted the service from her hands. So this we heard from this Pujari ji, and we got moved. A simple act of grooming can also become devotion. So ritual can become an act of devotion. Going into scriptures, if we see Raghunandan, this is a small boy in Chaitanya Charitamrit, pages of Chaitanya Charitamrit, we see the mention of this little Vaishnava child. His father Mukunda has some work, very urgent work, and he has to go out with and to attend that duty. So he that day calls his son and he says, "You, my dear son, you must make this offering to our deity Gopinath ji, and ensure you do very meticulously, nicely, and when the Lord has finished honoring it, then bring the remnants." The child took the father's words to heart, and he went with complete sincerity and devotion in his heart, and he offers it to the deity. And the plate is just lying there, and the child begins to cry, weep, beg to the Lord, Lord, please accept this bhoga. Why are you not accepting? And the child is weeping. The Lord actually manifested, and he said, "Why are you crying?" Say, "No, you need to accept this. My father said you have to accept this bhoga. You please accept it and give your remnants." And the Lord happily took away all the bhoga. And when the empty plate, when he brought out, his father is stunned. He's saying, "Where are the remnants? Where is the prasad?" Lord ate it away. How can that be? He's saying, "No, actually Lord ate it." So next day Mukunda is actually hiding, and again he makes his son make the offering. Son doesn't know the father is watching him. And the father actually sees when Raghunandan is making the offering, the Lord is actually coming out, and he ate the half laddu. So that day, the father was so touched and moved by the devotion of his son. And Lord Chaitanya asks Mukunda, "Who is father?" And Mukunda actually feels good to tell to the Lord, "No, my son Raghunandan is father, and I am like his son. He is teaching me what is devotion." So at many times, we, even as devotees, I speak about myself, we are in such a hurry. The act of offering the bhoga also sometimes may become a ritual. It's like aquaguard thing, na, वो purifier. Aquaguard से purify होके पानी निकलता है और हम पी लेते हैं. वैसे ही भगवान के आगे भोग धर दिया, भगवान जी ने purify कर दिया और हमने वो प्रसाद ले लिया. So it becomes kind of sometimes ritual. So no, every ritual in that, when we invest our feelings and our love, when we pour in that, it becomes a proper spiritual devotional act which can please the Supreme Lord. I heard in one of my classes by our ISKCON Guru Vrind that if we have to send a letter to somebody, but what do? The letter, we buy an envelope, we put stamp on it, we properly write the address, everything. But all this is considered like a ritual. We are doing a ritual properly. But what is missing? But if I forget to put inside the message, the letter, the paper, one page letter, if I forget to put inside that envelope, essence is lost. So this is how it happens. The ritual then remains only the ritual. It is devoid of your feelings and emotions, and then as a result, it is not act of devotion. So this is very important. In the letter matters. The letter in which the words of our feelings for the Lord, whatever, whenever we are making bhoga offering or whatever we are sweeping, brooming in front of the deities, there is always an exchange between us and the Lord, and we have offer our heartfelt prayers or whatever our feelings are there, emotions are there. When we invest that, that is like a letter. Otherwise, it's just a dry envelope on which everything else is there. Rituals we are following, but the essence is missing. So this is that important to follow. Going further, how Lord responds to the devotion of each one. If we really have genuine devotion in the heart, and Lord is definitely responding to that. We can see in the line of our Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Gopala Bhatta Goswami, he had Shaligram Shilas. But how much when he saw in the Vraja all the deities being adorned beautifully with the jewelries, with beautiful silken clothes and the turbans and the beautifully dressed up, he was praying to the Lord from the depths of his heart, "Lord, you could," it was Narasimha Chaturdasi day, and he was telling, "Lord, if you could manifest from a pillar, you can even manifest. I want to decorate you also with ornaments, with beautiful clothing." That very day is Shaligram Shila, we know, it turned into Shishi Radha Ramanji. So The simple prayer, a deep prayer of devotion, Lord was manifested. Going further, if we see here it is speaking about, this verse is speaking about offering dandavats. Dandavat is a simple act which has become mechanical in the devotee community. Sometimes we feel it becomes only a matter of ritual. But no, if we actually have the humility in heart, what is humility? Humility means actually being completely honest. Being honest. Trinadapi shuni chena taroreva shahishnuna. I am lower than the blade of grass. I want to be more tolerant than a tree. Amanina manadena kirtaniya sadari. Who can constantly chant the name of the Lord? Who doesn't expect any respect and honor for himself. That is humility. So humility means we want to offer every respect to every jiva, every soul, but we don't want anything back in return for us, ourselves. That is one aspect. That is the humility. And we see Raghunath Das Goswami. He would offer 1,000 dandavats, obeisances to the deity daily, and 2,000 to each and every Vaishnava. I mean, normally when I'm talking about myself, when I go for my programs here in the Yatra, I enter, I go down, I pray obeisances. There is a group of around 800,000 devotees assembled in the hall. But I pay one Dandavat Pranam, in a sense, offering it to each and every Vaishnava. But here, Raghunath Das Goswami, he was actually from a very aristocratic family in those days, like a millionaire. But yet, he was such a humble soul to each and every Vaishnava. Why was he paying obeisances from his heart? He felt they are so elevated, they are so close to my Supreme Lord, they are his wonderful servants. Then I need to go down to my Supreme Lord and servant of the servant mood. So they are really like my worshipable, they are worshipable. I need to go down. So from his heart, genuinely, he was going down to them and offering obeisances. And this was his everyday sadhana. So this we saw about Raghunath Das Goswami. Coming to Srila Prabhupada's disciples, whenever there is, as I said in this verse also, devotion and humility is highlighted. Mind humbled with devotion, and Diti needs to perform these rituals with her mind in that, with that consciousness basically. And this is what Kashyap Muni wants to ensure. So that transformation happens. So we can see in the life of Srila Prabhupada's disciples, this is early days, 68, 69, early days of our movement, when Prabhupada had 3 couples go to London to open a center there. Shyam Sundar, Gurdas. 3 couples are there who are actually assigned this task, and actually there's no money with them. But in those days, to reach London also, there were certain rules where one couple goes and you have to actually show approximately around 4,000 pounds. You need to show that you have this much money, only then you get entry to go there. After reaching there, this couple would send that money back. The second couple will come to this land in London, showing that we have 4,000 pounds with us. They reach there. Third, then they send the money back to America. Third couple from America travels and goes to London. This is how. And after the third couple arrived there, they send that 4,000 pounds also back to America, and they are actually penniless. All that they have is a big bunch of Back to Godhead magazines, which they are supposed to sell, somehow have money so that a small center could be opened. This was the desire of their spiritual master, and which they made it as their life and soul. In the meantime, this was the days when music bands were famous in London, and one of them was Beatles. And Shyam Sundar Prabhuji, one of Prabhupada's early disciples, he's trying to befriend them, they made an album on Hare Krishna mantra, and that's when the album sold, some money came in. Yet it was not enough. Somehow they tried to, with that little money which they had, tried to rent out a space, and these 6 of them, they devised a plan that how they could invite the elite class in the London to come for that program, and they called Prabhupada to give the lecture, speak on Krishna consciousness. So all the arrangements are made very nicely, though they have very bare minimum money. Suddenly they notice the space where they are going to have this grand program, and all these very hi-fi people of London are going to attend that, and Srila Prabhupada himself will be giving them, speaking on Krishna consciousness to these people. So the space is kind of bit shabby. And Shama Sundar Prabhu realized at least the floor is so bad, it needs to be carpeted. So they go and check the carpet prices, which are again beyond their capacity. They just cannot understand how they can secure money for that. Anyway, that very day, the evening, they had the program. Morning, Mangala time, on the streets of London, Sham Sundar Prabhu is walking 4:15 in the morning, 4:30 the Mangala will begin. And they are praying also to God that how this will happen, how it will happen in a very nice way. Just they had one desire, that how Lord will be pleased, how Srila Prabhupada will be pleased, how this mission will expand, movement, that is the only agenda. That is the devotion that they carried in heart. And early morning at 4:15 in the morning, somehow it's surprising, the miracle happens. As Sham Sundar Prabhu takes a turn, the streets are empty, completely empty. As he takes the turn to that street where that place is, suddenly some money comes flying at him. Currency notes are coming flying all over him. He's quite surprised and bewildered. What's happening? He's looking around here, there, left, right. Up he sees a bridge. Nobody's there. Nobody's around him. Where is this money coming from? Anyway, he quickly picks the notes up. And when he's counting, it is exactly the same amount that was needed for the purchase of that carpet. So how Krishna has been there for them, was touched by the devotion of these devotees. So devotion is a very prime factor, and humility and bhakti, they go hand in hand. A person who is humble, he is the only one who can chant the name consistently, constantly of the Supreme Lord, and he can also spiritually evolve and be more determined and grow in the path of bhakti. So humility is a very prime factor. We also see in Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur ji, in one of his books, he mentions about these in the Vraj, how the mood is, the rituals they are doing, but the devotion transcends that, So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur mentions in his books that once how when in the middle of the night, Krishna plays his flute, and all the gopis as we go know that they all go running, charmed by his sound of his flute. They go running, and there Krishna is testing them, and he's kind of giving them a sermon. Oh, I didn't expect you all to be here in the dead of the night. You all are married women. You have certain duties towards your husband. So you all are pativratas, and how can you all be here in the middle of the night? I will tell you all one story. Sit down. So he's telling them, there was one Brahman, there was one Brahmani. And the Brahman had done yajna whole day. And he was pretty tired. Even Brahmani was sitting beside him. And he was pretty tired. Just as he finished the last ahuti of the yajna, he told his wife, now just don't disturb me. I want to rest. Do not disturb me. And so saying, he put his head on the lap of his wife as the yajna ended. And he goes off to sleep. The Brahmani is just sitting there, following the order of her husband, a chaste wife that she was. That time she sees her child. They had a small child who's crawling and coming. And the yajna fire is still on. And this child is moving and coming towards the Havan Kund. She doesn't want to scream and stop him. She realizes the husband has already given me one. She is bound by the orders and instructions of her husband. Oh, he told me, do not disturb me. So if I make a sound, he will be disturbed. Slowly the child crawls and comes more near to the fire. She is in anxiety, after all, a mother. The tears are coming off her eyes, and she tries to stop the baby, but the baby got so attracted by the flame, it just fell in the Havan Kund. And she was crying profusely. Still, she didn't get up. Still, she didn't scream or anything, bound by the orders of her husband. When the tears fell on the husband woke up. Why, my dear wife, what happened? So she pointed towards the Havan Kund. He ran and went. He saw that the fire had no effect on the child. This all Lord Krishna is narrating to the gopis. So the husband comes and glorifies his wife. This is all because of your pativrata vrata, that you have followed my orders very, very meticulously, strictly. As a result of that, our child has been saved today. So Krishna is trying to tell the gopis that you must follow this is the dharma for you to be pativrata. You cannot come and meet a person, outsider in the middle of the night. So that is the time Gopi says, yes, we know this dharma. Now, Krishna, we want to tell you one story. You sit down. So Krishna is being, now these gopis share their part of the story. This is all Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is writing, mentioning in his book. So that time the gopis say there was one Brahman and one Brahmani. And the Brahman was very nice. Brahman was chanting always Vedic mantras. Wife was very, very obedient to him. But this wife will not eat one morsel without offering the prasad to your husband, Brahmana, and his remnants every day she will eat. Without his remnants, she will not honor prasad like that. But for some reason, the Brahmana had to go to some another village for 4 or 5 days. So that time the wife is asking, my dear husband, now how will I? This is my vrata. This is my ritual which I follow every day. Without feeding you, I will not eat. So the husband says, wait, let me see in the scriptures. So he finds out some solution from the scriptures. He's saying, I'll make my idol, my statue. Every day you feed this statue. After that, you take the remnants. This is bona fide and this is valid as per the scriptures. Wife is happy. Husband is gone. And she's so absorbed in this ritual, completely absorbed in this ritual, that she forgets 5 days are over and she's feeding the statue, everything, whatever, as the husband is there in the house, same thing she's doing. Rituals are happening. 5th day is over, the husband comes and bangs on the door, he's knocking the door. Please hold on, I'm very busy with my rituals. It is me, your husband. Please wait. I am feeding your statue. Let me finish my ritual first. Then I will attend to you. I have come now. Why do you need the statue? No, please wait. My dear husband, please wait. So the gopis tried to tell Krishna, when you, the real pati, are there, this sansarik pati, he is just like the statue. So when the gopis told Krishna like this, so they, through these stories, they just try to explain to Krishna, yes, it is a dharma for the wife to follow the husband, to be a pativrata nari, but yes, when it comes to pleasing Krishna, when Krishna is our real pati. So this is how this was explained in the books by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, that ultimately behind every ritual, what is the purpose? That we should not lose track of. Always be constantly reminded the purpose of the ritual is to please the Supreme Lord. Any act which means X, Y, Z we may be doing in bhakti, if we are preparing bhoga, it is for the pleasure of Lord. So our complete concentration, our complete immersion, absorption in the mood of complete bhakti, whatever seva is given, it could be even a chappal seva. But yes, our mind should still be absorbed in that seva in such a way that it is for the pleasure of devotees, it is for the pleasure of Supreme Lord. A simple material ritual or act can become from ritual to spiritual. It can become a completely devotional act which is pleasing to the Supreme Lord. So, as it's said in this verse, that bowing down, the emphasis on the 10th verse is on the bowing down in the Dandavat. So, ideally, even in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is given that in human form of life, we are supposed to bow down, fall flat, offer our obeisances. For women, it is Panchanga Pranam, and for the Purushas, it is Dandavat Pranam in front of the deities, because the head which doesn't bow down to the Lord, Srimad Bhagavatam, I think it's in the 11th canto mentioned, it is only a weight on your body. Otherwise, Bhara Param पट्ट किरीट जुष्टम न नमे न मुकुंदम. अगर उस सर के ऊपर आपके सिल्कन टर्बन भी है ना, मतलब इतने कितना भी, even if you have n number of accomplishments, but that head, if it doesn't bow down, na name na mukunda, if it doesn't bow down in front of the Supreme Lord, it is just a mere burden, it's just a bhar on your body. तो ये भार नहीं बनाना है, इस सर को हमेशा भगवान के आगे झुकाना है. It should always be bowing down in the spirit of devotion. Oh my dear Lord, in a complete humility mood. My Guru Maharaj always says, what are we proud of? Because it's the pride that stops us from going down, from giving respects to people. It wants us that we should be the limelight, we should be the center, we should get every respect and honor and fame. It is only the pride that comes in the way. So Guru Maharaj says that, what are we proud of? We are proud of borrowed blooms. If there is no sunshine, where is my existence? If I say I am very intelligent, have I made this brain? Have I created these eyes myself? Who has created these eyes? Who has created this brain? Everything comes from the Supreme Lord, and we take pride. I did this. I am intelligent. I use my intelligence. People are very fascinated by people writing in articles, rags to riches stories. So they take the full credit. But no, a humble person will realize that without God, मेरा अस्तित्व ही नहीं है. I have absolutely zero. I am zero. I am entirely dependent on Lord. This is humility. When Srila Prabhupada, one time when he was asked, various places he has given different definitions of humility. At one place he says, when you are thoroughly convinced that not your house, not your family, not your money, wealth, possessions, not your education, nothing of this can save you. It is only the mercy of the Lord that can save you. Only that is humility. So when you genuinely feel from the heart like this, only then we are willing to give Lord complete reverence, respect, want to do this Dandavat also with our complete devotion, devotional mood. So with that, I will close. There was not much in the purports also. Thank you so much for being patient. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you. Hare Krishna. I think I cancelled the mute all. If any comments, if any corrections, kindly correct me. Hare Krishna. Are you all still muted? Hare Krishna. I disabled this mute all. I don't know why it is still.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna,
Yeah,
Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. I was just sending you the message.
Mataji, I'm very sorry. I'm technically very bad.
No,
Mataji.
no. I am
Please
the
forgive
same.
me.
I'm the
Please
same.
forgive me.
When you gave so many good realizations and beautiful from the scriptures, if you allow me, I would also give my just read the chat of your WhatsApp on your phone, please.
I don't know. Yeah, chat is there. Yeah. Any questions are there, Mataji?
No, on your mobile. I have sent you a message.
Okay. Okay.
You know how to do that? So I'll tell you, below where you see mute, start video, everything, there are three dots. Just go there.
Okay. Yeah.
Just press that.
It is only saying ask all to unmute. That's all is there, Mataji.
No. Where you see at the end, there is leave the meeting, right?
Yeah.
You will find three dots. Could you find three dots?
Yeah, I did find, but if I open those dots, Mataji, it's only saying ask all to unmute. That's all is given.
Okay, can you make me a co-host?
That option I can't see. In this only it will be there.
Yes, what you can do is you go to SVD.
It is showing me invite. It's showing me invite, and the other side is showing me mute all.
No. Go to the participants.
Yeah, I am on participants only. Yeah.
Yeah, now you go to my name, SVDD.
Okay. Yeah.
Click there and you will find, you can make me
Yeah.
make me co-host.
Yeah. Mataji, host. You are host now. Yeah.
Oh, Krishna.